welcome to a new video. First, I want to thank my lovely patrons. It's you who's making these extra videos on YouTube possible, and thank you to anyone that is subscribing to this channel, commenting or liking a video. You're keeping me creating as well and sharing more things of you each month. So what I have in front of me here is I kind of want to focus in this video and talk about seasonal journaling. So normally when it comes to seasonal journaling, this time, even when September hits, we're probably thinking about our October journaling plans or our December Christmas journaling plans. So I wanted to take you through a few things that kind of get me in the journaling spirit for different seasons. I want to share some organizational ideas of how you can organize your seasonal stationery. I also want to share with you my seasonal stationery favorites, just things I kind of pull and use. I also going to share some previews of my Patreon rewards for the month of October, as well as the rewards that are the printables or the collage sheets, and also what I'm kind of getting together for my themed Happy Mail, for my Happy Mail Day tiers on Patreon for October. So if you're been on YouTube watching my videos for a while, or you're a Patreon, you'll know I love a good theme. So a lot of my journal pages or pen pal creations normally kind of have a theme, and I really like pulling together little collections of stationery and just harvesting from magazines and just going through my paper goodies and collections to use what I've got, and also create some things that I feel like there's a gap for that might not exist, that I've always kind of wanted to use for my journaling or pen pal creations. So yeah, I'm going to take you through all the goodies I have here, but first I'm going to jump right in and share with you just quickly the printable collage sheets for the month of October 2022 that are currently that will be available on my Patreon. I am filming this video early, but I filter the rewards throughout the month of Patreon, so if you pledge, these could be up there, or just be patient with me and wait till I upload them, depending on what tier you're on. So let's get on with this. I thought it would be nice to get this video up early. I thought it would also be a nice preview for my current patrons to see what's going to be happening and what I'm going to be sharing throughout the month as well. And I always am really thankful for my YouTube community here, and if it wasn't for you, I know I wouldn't have probably thought about starting a Patreon. So I really want to thank you as well. Also, really quickly, I do have some items popping up in my Etsy shop, so feel free to check those out if you like Halloween or 90s Halloween nostalgia, or just nostalgia, 90s, 80s nostalgia in general, or if you're even a fan of Harry Potter, please check out my Etsy shop. I have some printables up there. Now they're only going to be seasonally, and on that note, I also have some Christmas printables that will be posted up. They normally only appear on my Etsy during October and Christmas. So if you do want any Christmas or Halloween themed printables that I have on my Etsy, probably best to go pick those things up when you can. Support my store is huge as well, so I really appreciate it. This, what I've got in my hand, is just a little planner that's up on my shop, for my Etsy shop, so that's available there. Okay, I'm going to clear this up so I can go through everything a bit more easy for you to have your peepers on and enjoy the seasonal visuals as well. Grab a tea, grab a favorite beverage, grab your favorite cozy snack, and let's get to it. So as you can see in front of me, I have my Patreon printables for the month of October. I've been a busy bee. I was working double time the last 2 months, not really taking a day off at all, to trying to get ahead in my Patreon work so I can share these goodies with my Patreons and with my lovely YouTube friends here as quick as possible as the new month goes in. So here we are, October. So for October, I really wanted to reward some patrons that have requested a number of things, and I also wanted to add a bit of nostalgia. I also also like to leave room for free art play, so that's what I've done for the sheets for this month. I also like doing pop culture things, and I don't mind doing a bit of fan art, and which I'm really working on. I think it's really important if you're doing fan art to kind of do it in your own style. So I feel like I'm kind of getting there on that character illustration art side. Yeah, I'm learning more things about drawing characters, but let's just get on to it. So I'll actually do the Hocus Pocus printables. Who has watched, oh my god, so I've always been a Hocus Pocus fan, and the Hocus Pocus movie was one of my favorite movies that I would watch every year around Halloween. Especially being a kid in Australia, we didn't have the big Halloween celebrations and we didn't go trick-or-treating. So for me, it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I just always wish we kind of had that in Australia, but we never did. So for me to kind of have that experience, it was the movie Hocus Pocus. Who has seen Hocus Pocus 2? It just came out on streaming here in Australia, Disney Plus. I watched it last night. Absolutely loved it. So I thought it would be very timely that I've created these Hocus Pocus artworks in my printables for this month. I will say that I created a zine last year for my Happy Mail Day patrons, and it has a Halloween theme. So I did make some of these illustrations, the Hocus Pocus ones in particular, for that zine, and they also featured in a date sticker set. However, I've had a lot of people that have been purchasing from my Etsy shop or been a patron who have asked me, can we please get your designs standalone without, like, you know, date numbers on them. So I thought this was a perfect gift for my patrons to give them the access to those illustrations that I created probably about a year ago. So that's mainly these ones, and then there's a whole bunch of new things. So to start off with, I got the Hocus Pocus, Sanderson sisters. I've spoken a bit about my love for Hocus Pocus before in previous videos. I think they might have been on a Patreon video. So yeah, I've got the little chocolate witch that I always loved, one of the characters picked up when they were trick-or-treating. So, and then I've got book. So I had to draw a book. And then I thought I'd do a new design, and this is like, I put a spell on you. This is something that they sing in the, because it's a bit of a music, the second Hocus Pocus I felt was a bit more musically. The first one just had like a couple of songs, I think, in it. So I think one of the songs was I put a spell on you. So I've got that. And then I've got kind of like, this is kind of a bit like the Sanderson sisters' cottage house on this retro TV. And I shouldn't really say retro because we had these TVs when I was little. We still had the Turner. So I'm showing my age there. I got Goosebumps, I got the Bell Book and Candle, if there's any Good Witch Hallmarkies on this channel watching. And then we've got Wednesday, because I'm really excited for the new Wednesday TV show that's going to come out as well. And we've got Thing, and I've also got the Nightmare Before Christmas characters. And then I thought, because I was really happy with the book, so this is book. So I decided to make a full A4 page of book. So I thought it would come handy if someone was doing maybe like a Halloween junk journal, or they wanted a cover for like their Halloween or fall journal. I designed it so it can be folded in half, and there's a book on each side. Sorry, I keep saying it like the movie, I can't help it. So I thought, yeah, that would be really nice. Maybe someone wants to do like a Hocus Pocus themed journal, or any type of spooky journal. I like how I actually did a lot of traditional art on this piece as well. And I thought you could even, it would look really cool even if you stuck stickers on here, or like that put a spell on you sticker would actually look really cool on here, like a slanted, and you could even put some of the other Hocus Pocus printable art or any of the other artwork on here. So I thought it's like semi-plain at the same time. It's got that Hocus Pocus theme. So that's the first two printables. Now these ones are exclusive for the month on my Creative Collector tier, so you do have to be pledging that October month to not miss out on these. And there's a mini printable here too, and a few more other things that I'll show. And then I want to do, I was struggling with a name for this one because it was just things that came into my head that I wanted to draw. I've seen these like skeleton scissors about on Instagram and things, and I thought straight away I just started getting all these like visuals, and I thought I want to turn the scissors, make them the skeleton, and then have the kind of those Mexican flower halos over it. And then I've got the rose, and it's kind of cut in the rose. So I'm really happy with this art piece. I'm like, just, yeah, that was a good day. Like, I have good and bad drawing days. I think everyone kind of has those, but it was really working for me. I was just really happy with that end result, like having this imagining idea, because it's really quite frustrating. You can have the idea in your head, but can you translate it onto the page? So this was a time where I translated it. I wanted to have fun with pumpkins this year, so I kind of made them a little bit mixed media. Also, I will say these illustrations are done with a mixture of traditional art and add in some digital layering and things later on just to get that Christmas quality. But I did use a lot of oil pastels and watercolors to make some of these artworks to get the different effects and things like that I have going on. Then I wanted to add some like spooky villains. Like, in my eyes, I don't watch horror films, but I like more family-friendly, spooky shows and movies and things. So obviously I'm going to go back into the 80s and pull from there. So I had to do Murky and Lurky. I was really drawn to the villain characters in cartoons growing up. For me, for sometimes I felt alone not having, well, I have a sister, but she didn't really enjoy playing with me. But I don't know, I always felt for some of the villain characters because to me they just look really lonely, and I think I was pretty emotionally on it as a child because we would go into like a toy store for Christmas. Our parents would ask us like, what toy would you like? And my sister and, you know, everyone else probably were like, oh, if it's Rainbow Bright, I'll have the main Rainbow Bright toy. For me, I loved all the different Rainbow Bright kids. I liked the ones with the different coloured hair, because mainly all dolls had blonde hair. So I was really drawn to any different looking dolls, and for myself, I felt different and a little bit lonely at times, like just in, I guess, I was a bit of a little imaginary kid in my own little dream world, so I was a little bit odd, I guess, but I was drawn to different characters, and for me, I remember I asked my parents, could I get the Murky doll, because I didn't want him to be alone on the shelf in the toy store. And that happened a few times. And then I used to think to myself, like, you would be pretty pissed off if you had to live in a cave and then everyone at the Crystal Castle in this rainbow place are obviously happy, and poor Murky and Lurky were like just shunned in a cave. I mean, anyone will be quite ticked off, wouldn't they? So I kind of always felt for the villains, and I just thought they needed a hug. So for me, these are the type of villains I think of at this time of year, and that's why I got Murky and Lurky on here. And like, they're just super cute, and like Lurky's not really that bad. So I got them, and then I wanted to just have fun and do some magic mushrooms. I really love those like 60s coloured looking mushrooms, so I wanted to put my own stamp on them. I've got a little hidden ghosties and things in here too, some more mushrooms, and then I've got these really abstract style rainbow corn. So I don't know if you've seen, if you search like rainbow corn, it's amazing that in different countries there's actually corn that is like all little corn kernels are different colors in the one cob, and it's just so fascinating, and I'm like, I need to draw that. So you know, I love color, so that's how they got in there. And that's the October Dream, I decided to call it, because a lot of the things are kind of imaginary thoughts and feelings. And then I've got a Halloween journaling, I just call that, it's actually my weeklies, dailies, I call them. There's a little, the kind of one of the main characters that I draw, she's in like a witch pose, she's like got a witch, she's been turned into a witch. And then I've got this Halloween journal, there, and then I've got all these other elements because they might be fun for you to cut up. I got this big autumn leaf that I did. I think I did watercolored this last year. I was really happy with it. And I only had it like small on like a date sticker set, so I blew it up, and I thought it'd be really nice. You could write autumn or fall journal on here. Then I've got the little headers that are handy for journaling, and then I got the days of the weeks on here with a bit of a spooky, kooky vibe. I just like to have fun with the printables. Hey, so I went all out. And I just remember this was like a really messy day playing with like textures and markers, and I just was drawing these little abstract ghosties in different colours, because the colour palette for Halloween and that are very like oranges and reds and blacks. Like I said, I love rainbows and colours. I also have lots of Aussies that aren't like myself. It's not autumn for us, it's going into spring, even though we do celebrate the autumn things a couple of times a year. I think we kind of have to get with the program with the rest of the world, which is, yeah, weird. But yeah, just let's have a touch of colour. So I got these abstracts ghosties. I thought that'd be fun. You could rip them up and use them in your journals. You can use it as a cover. I definitely want to stick this on a cover of a journal and then like put other things on it. So that's for that one. Now this next one is actually my bonus printable, so I don't know if it'll be released the same time as the others, so just be patient. I like to filter the rewards throughout the month. I do try and get the printables up the first 2 weeks of the month because I know people are going to need them for journaling, but I might filter like bonus printables throughout the month. So I had permission to use these royalty-free vintage images. They're all separate. I did a lot of research and treasure hunting to find the imagery, and I like to make collages, so all these elements were changed and collaged and cut. I've got my own artwork laid over it. I've changed different coloring of some of the designs to create this collage piece. I did a Christmas version and I think a February Valentine's version, and I know they were really, my patrons really enjoyed them. I just love seeing people use them. They're really versatile because you can, again, use it on a cover of a journal. You can make it a cover, you could laminate it, cut it down, make little Traveler's Notebook dashboards or Hobonichi dashboards. You can rip it up and just collage, like you can just rip up elements. You could even carefully kiss cut out little elements. So it's jam-packed with lots of really odd vintage retro and kind of cute and quirky imagery. A lot of this imagery is like from kind of Victorian times, and many like kind of artworks from older vintage cards and postcards. So yeah, I have permission to use these images, and I wanted to still make it my own into a collage for that piece. This will be a bonus printable. I don't know what tier yet I'm putting it on, but it'll be a bonus printable throughout the month. And then for my mini printable, so on the Powwow tier, by no means the printables I'm sticking on there lately are mini printable. They're bigger. There's lots of work involved, like weeks of work sometimes. There's a whole stack of back catalogue of printables on the Powwow tier, and you get the latest printable as well, which is this one. So these are not set in stone for the month you use it. Even though there's a Happy Halloween cake on here, I just wanted to change that up and not have it exactly how the Harry Potter cake is. I think that's really important. As an artist, I need to be changing, which I do, and putting my own stamp. So we've got all the Harry Potter things on here. Harry Potter, Hedwig, Chocolate Frog, Sorting Hat, Ron, the train night. I was so happy to draw a train because I love train themed stationery. So I hope all my train themed stationery friends and patrons will love this. This is up on, this will be up on my Patreon, the Powwow tier. Also, just very quickly, I always kind of mention, but the printables I make available as A4, 5. Like, I personally print them off A5. It makes the sizing way better for most journal types. The A4 size ones are really great for if you've got like an A5 one page a day journaling, but when you have limited space, that's why I gravitate towards these. They can even make the days a bit smaller when you print them off like this. So just play around with your printer capabilities for a size that works for you, for your printables and collage sheets. So when doing seasonally journaling, I like to use a combination of things. Things from my stationery that I've collated into like seasonal themes. I like to use lots of children's books. I use magazines. I use gifts from pen pals. If I'm able to, I'll buy a couple budget-friendly stationery new items, especially if I'm sharing them to pen pals or my Happy Mail Day Patreons. So I've got, I love also pulling from older books. Mega Mog, does anyone remember Mega Mog? So I grew up with these books. I remember just like being amazed at the differentness of the paper and just the colors. As you can see, it's really me. I've got a stack of these Mega Mog books that I found op shopping or at a book market. I think I found some too. I'm going to rip some pages out this month and give them to my Happy Mail Day patrons, but I'll be using these in my journals, and I'm hoping to make an October or fall journal. More on that in a second. I've just pulled some other items for my Happy Mail Day Patreons. I might do a lot of origami papers. I've got these little Harry Potter invitations. I'm going to put my Patreon Happy Mail in these little baggies. Normally I have like a little bin aside of things I'm going to include into my Happy Mail. I'm just starting to collate that now. So I've got different washi tapes and things like that. I also have like some other things put aside. I've got origami papers, some more washi tape that I got on holidays recently, and I got some more washi tapes here I'm going to make in samples. I found these awesome vinyl stickers. They're like packaging, what do you call it, parody style vinyl stickers, so they're going to go in some of my Patreon mail, and I wanted to use some of these in my mail, in my journals. I'm going to also make samples of some of these Night Before Christmas washi tapes that I found on holidays too in Daiso, which is amazing because our Daiso hasn't had much in a while. I've also got some of these vintage mushroom washi stickers, and I've been collecting these up. Actually, my dad gave them to me because we don't really shop at Coles. These little magical little sets that I'm going to see how heavy they are. Hopefully I can pop them in the mail. They're like little card characters. So I've got a selection here, so I don't know if I'm gonna have, so if you're on my Patreon Happy Mail tier, I'm gonna try and send you one of them. If I'm limited to numbers, it'll just be the first amount of people signed up will have first dibs if they can get one or not, if I'm limited to numbers, because there's only a few there. So that's what I've got to probably share with my Happy Mail Day Patreons. I've got some little autumn memo stickers. I've shared some of these before, but I'll have to see which ones I already shared and then share some different ones. So I've got those for my Happy Mail Day patrons. For my personal seasonal plans, for Christmas I'm hoping to use this little clip book I made with my planner. But I would always wanted to do like a fall/Halloween themed junk journal. I've done Christmas junk journals and that before, and a few other ones. I think I've shared like an Aussie pocket junk journal before that I DIY I made on this channel. But I want to do like a fall one, and I've got just a few bits and bobs. I go through like my paper ephemera stash things I've pulled out from magazines, like harvesting from magazines are really handy. So I kind of just grabbed some things of that. I also have this amazing vintage encyclopedia. I made some little pockets for my Patreons using these, some little paper pen pal pockets. I don't know yet if I'm going to be sharing maybe the video of the month for my Patreon yet. Is either going to be a journal or a pen pal themed video. So yeah, I'm just going to see which one I get finished after I've completed all these rewards to share. So there's exclusive videos up on my Patreon. I share like journal flip throughs and different things like that. Found this little ephemera kit that I've stuck actually different things in that have a bit of a fall theme, so I'm going to use that. And then I've also got this Lunch Lady magazine, which is my favorite, which I had an idea for something for this, so I don't know if I'm going to do that this month or moving forward. So I'll let you know, all my Patreons first, what I plan to do with this amazing magazine. And just to talk seasonally organization ideas, I've got these little boxes that I use to create little kind of kits seasonally. I've shared a Christmas one on here before, but I kind of have these because I think they're really great to pull from really quickly. As we know, these October and Christmas months just seem to like surprise us and just come on. So what I do is I'll grab this little box. I've got things here I've just collected over time. I've got washi tapes, I've got pen pal gifts, and I'll just pull from that either if I'm creating mail, Patreon happy mail, or if I'm just journaling, I can just pick up this box, take it into the lounge room with me and do my daily journaling. So there's like a selection of things here. I can see lots of like cool meatball goodies and different things like that, and a few Harry Potter stamped things. So lots of little goodies in there. So I kind of make these little kind of kits, and it's also just really handy if you tend to, I'm not able to buy as much stationery as I used to because my main income is just my Patreon and Etsy shop. So even though I work full-time hours, I'm not earning that yet, so your pledges do help, your shop purchase help. So I kind of make these little kits of things that I've kind of got to use what I have, and yeah, it's just way simpler. I've got little pen pal gifts and things in here, more papers. Oh, there's another Mega Mog journal. I remember I pulled from this journal. I pulled from Mega Mog book. I remember I pulled from this book. I think last year I used it. I might have even pulled some pages out for my Patreons. I've got some other things here. Stamps, little baggies. Oh, there's actually some Harry Potter stickers in there. Washi tapes. So lots of Halloween washi. So that's what I've got in this little container. And I just find them really handy to quickly make these. And just also when you're like, maybe you are getting some new stuff and it's just a nice place to be like, okay, so I know where that goes, so you don't lose it. So that's what I'll be using for some of my journaling, putting some of this other stuff here on the side that I just showed there. So I've got that little kit. And I also just do themed kits. So you've got like a special themed journal. So I've got actually a K-drama journal. And I also have a big love for Korean stationery. So just quickly, I've actually got a Korean themed little kit here. So things that reminded me of Korean dramas, or things that are those bright colourful Korean stationery. I know where it is. I can go straight to this little clear box and get that. I've got some of my favourite colourful washes in here, so they are really handy. I think I picked these up from Daiso, and I don't know what's going on, but our Daiso, I don't know if they've got these anymore. Like, I haven't seen these ones with the pink clips in a while, and I used to buy the double side, the ones that are a bit double bigger for my washi tapes, and they haven't had them in a while, so I don't know if they're available or not. Another thing I've got left over from when I used to subscribe to Sticky Club. Again, when I was working full-time, or getting a full-time wage, I was able to subscribe to these things, but now I just use the past subscriptions which I had. I think I did a year subscription once. So I've got this little, again, this little Daiso case, and I've just put all like fall or spook, like colourful, witchy themed, cozy, Victorian style, just those kind of themed, some botanical themed little sticker packs and memo papers into this little folder, so I can again grab this, either share items with pen pals or Patreons, or use for my journals. So now let's just talk about the journals. I'm so thirsty. So I still don't know if I'm going to do a full out junk journal and start from scratch, which makes me think I don't have time for. The other thing I want to do is that I shared a video last month, and I shared some videos on Patreon of my traveler's notebooks. So just quickly, I've been doing traveler's notebooks the past year or two. I just haven't shared them before. If you want to see inside both these chunky traveler's notebooks, both these are available on Patreon as flip throughs. I've never shared these before except for a couple of photos on Instagram. I've never done a flip through before on my YouTube. So if you want to see those, they're over there. And there's also like at my flip through of my current daily journal over there, and I'll be sharing more Traveler's Notebook theme and Hobonichi theme things over there as well. So on the Traveler's Notebook bandwagon again, which I kind of get into towards the end of the year, I found a couple of things. Actually, these ones are from Daiso. This green Traveler's Notebook I found, which has got like a nice grid, so I was really happy to get that. I've got that for another purpose, but mainly I wanted to show you this. I got this because I thought because you know it's hard to measure in store. I wasn't sure if it would be the size of Traveler's Notebook. It's not, but it's got the little pockets here, which I use to keep washi tape or sticker flakes or any paper ephemera pulled out from magazines. I'm going to use this for. I thought I could pull this out or keep it in there and put make my own junk journal in it. But either way, it's a lovely orange colour. It's a lovely orange colour, and I want to use that for this seasonal style journaling. And then on that note, I just have this huge love for Traveler's Notebooks. I'm one of those people that love to get the sticker sets, and each time the new collection comes out, I always seem to just get so tempted and buy also the year split journal pack. Actually, I don't get this one. I normally get the weekly layout one with the blank page, but I had this one. I got this one in 2020, and as you can see, I didn't use it. I was naughty. I always get swayed by the little bonus sticker sheet, official Traveler's Notebook sticker sheet, and I just get really angry at myself because Traveler's Notebooks aren't very budget friendly. So I don't want to be wasteful with these amazing notebooks. So it's in an orange colour. I pulled it out and I'm like, right, to myself, you're going to use this journal. So I thought I could just literally cover the whole pages with papers, collage, junk journal style. I'm just going to just put anything in there to cover all these dates. I've even got my own date stickers, so I'm sorted with those. If I do use the dates, I've got my Harry Potter date stickers. I can use those. So I'm just going to go to town and just be messy and just see what I can create with this orange colored journal and actually use it. So if you're someone who loves Traveler's Notebooks and you're a little bit naughty like me and don't get around to using it for some reason, think about different ways you can reuse these books because they are amazing books. The paper is quite thick, so I think it'll be good for layering. Just have fun with it. I'm going to be sticking some of my Patreon printable collage sheet stickers on here, so I'm already thinking this has to go in here on here somewhere. I've got my little Halloween journal sticker on the other one. I've already got a Halloween journal sticker or fall sticker, so I already can see that's going to look good. So that's my little seasonal plans at the moment. I get really excited this time of year for junk journals and things, so if you like junk journals too, maybe keep an eye or pledge on my Patreon, because I've got a couple of things coming up over the next few months as we take the year out. We're already so busy, so I feel like just doing some really free, not overly planned or perfected journaling plans is the way to go. So thank you again if you watched this video to the end. Please let me know so I know I'm not talking to myself. I was so excited, I was just yabbering on. But thank you so much. What are your seasonal journaling plans? Do you have some journals that you're excited to use? Something you're going to make yourself? I would love to know in the comments, or if you've got any like spooky film recommendations, again, family friendly ones. I also read a lot of different novels and things like that. A novel that I just finished reading, this was an amazing book that I just finished reading, so I do like to also theme my reading and my movies and my TV shows through the month to help me get in that kind of seasonal spirit as we go into Halloween, fall, spring, or Christmas. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm Jenna Templeton. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope to see you all soon. Bye for now. Thank you so much. I'm so thankful to you all, and big thanks to my lovely current Patreons and Etsy shop supporters and customers too. Thank you so much. Okay, bye for now. Bye.